My name is Erasmo Eri Malacara, founder of Eri Aviation Videos. It's always preferable to take off directly into the wind when this is possible. However, sometimes the circumstances will indicate otherwise. So the pilot must be familiar with the techniques that involve a crosswind takeoff. The technique used during a crosswind takeoff is almost the same used in a normal takeoff, except that the aileron control must be held into the crosswind. This will allow the aileron on the upwind to be raised, imposing a downward force on the wing to counteract the lifting force of the crosswind, preventing the wing from rising. As we taxi into the runway, it is essential that the windsock be checked so the crosswind condition may be recognized and anticipated. With this in mind, full aileron should be held into the wind as we start our takeoff roll. This crosswind correction should be held while the airplane is accelerating on the runway until the ailerons start becoming more effective. With the aileron held into the wind, the takeoff path must be held straight with the rudder. Normally, this will require a lot of applying downwind rudder pressure since on the ground, the airplane will tend to weather vane into the wind. So rudder pressure must be held to maintain the center of the runway. As we accelerate in the runway, the crosswind correction slowly should be reduced. And once we become airborne, proper correction into the wind must be applied to avoid the drift caused by the crosswind.
Okay, my friends, today we are going to practice a crosswind landing and takeoff here on the airport of Edinburgh. And that involves a specific technique to perform before we take off or before we land. The first thing that I want to do is I want to align myself with the runway. So I'm going to go ahead here. Airport traffic November 65328, position and hold runway 32 Edinburgh. So I'm already advertised my intentions to everyone around here. I'm making sure that nobody's coming from the left, nobody's coming from the right, nobody's coming from in center, and we are clear to access the runway. The first thing that I need to do is to maintain the center of the runway with my nose. So I'm going to take my time over here and get on the center of the runway. And you will notice in a moment how the wind is coming very strong and cross from the right. So first thing I need to do is hold the brakes, apply my crosswind correction with my control. So this control, I'm going to turn it into the wind. And as I'm accelerate, as the plane gains speed, I'm going to start removing some of my crosswind corrections. The point that when I rotate, when I get to rotation speed, this will be approximately level. Once I climb on the air, the plane is going to bear to the left. It's going to drift to the left. So I need to apply the necessary corrections to the right in order to keep the center of the runway. So you're going to see how the nose of the plane is going to curve to the right to maintain the center of the runway. So here we go. Number one, we're going to turn the control into the wind. And apply full power. Airport traffic 65328, rolling runway 32. And I'm accelerating. As I'm accelerating, I'm removing the crosswind correction. Once I'm airborne, we curve to my right into the wind to maintain the center of the runway. And now we're airborne. Airport traffic November 65328, upwind runway 32, touch and go. I'm going to use this little mark, the blue bug, as reference. That's my runway right there. So I'm going to go kind of like 15 degrees right, make sure that I have the center of the runway. Now how much we need to curve into the wind? It will depend. It's just by give and take. Airport traffic November 65328, entering left, crosswind runway 32. Full stop, airport. Now, we're going to turn to the left. Make sure nobody's coming from the left, center, right. Always looking for traffic. because this is a uncontrolled airport, and a uncontrolled airport, you have planes with a radius that legally they can land here. So we need to be careful with that. I know someone is shooting an approach on runway 32, a GPS approach, so I want to keep my eyes open. Again, clear right, center and left, and now I'm going to start turning, and I'm going to use this little blue bag as reference, keep it on the tail of the plane.
Traffic November 65328, entering left downward runway 32, full stop, searching for traffic, Edinburgh. And Edinburgh traffic, Skyline 182 X-ray Lima, run up, wind on 32, with Edinburgh traffic.
Alright, so now I'm going to try to keep 1,000 feet on my altitude, which is the airport elevation in this place. And as you notice here, I'm crabbing into the wind to the left approximately 30 degrees. That's how strong the wind is at this altitude. Remember, as you climb or descend, the wind direction changes and the wind speed also changes. So you need to make the proper corrections. I'm going to try to keep the strut on the center of the runway. Now, I already finished with the landing checklist, so I need to be crabbing into the wind on base to make sure that I keep a correct pattern. And again, nobody's coming from the right, nobody's coming from the center, and from the left, and I'm going to continue my approach.
Airport traffic, November 65328, entering final, runway 32, full stop, Airport.
Now I'm going to anticipate my turn because the wind is pushing me on this direction, so I have a very strong headwind, so the plane is going to float a lot. It's going to be hanging there on the air, so I need to remove, as you know right now, my power all the way to idle to allow the plane to descend. Now this is the important thing over here. Once I have the center of the runway, I need to continue doing my crosswind to the right and my left feet to hold the center of the runway. Because the wind is very close right now, so this is the only way to keep control of the plane. The control into the wind and left rudder. I want to, once I touch down, I want to start with my crosswind correction again. Flaps up, that way it will give me more weight on the wheels, and I continue with my crosswind correction. Now we need to be careful here, we don't need to apply too much because we have the risk to lift the left wing and hit the right wing on the ground. So you use a horizon to know how much cross control you need to have. Now I want to put a little weight on the wheels and I can use my brakes more effectively.
Airport traffic, November 65328, exiting runway 32, ever.
And that's, my friends, how we do a crosswind landing here on Edinburgh. I hope you enjoy it.
To land an airplane with crosswind conditions is more difficult than to take off with the same crosswind conditions. And the main reason involves the fact that we are decelerating the airplane instead of accelerating as when we take off. Usually we have two techniques that we can use to land an airplane with crosswind conditions. One, the crab method, and two, the side slip method. In this video, we are going to perform the side slip method since the wind conditions prevailing were very strong and cross. To use the wind load method, the pilot aligns the airplane nose with the center line of the runway, notes the rate and direction of drift, and then promptly applies drift corrections by lowering the upwind wing. The airplane will have the tendency to turn in that direction, so it will be necessary to apply sufficient opposite rudder pressure to prevent the turn and keep the airplane nose aligned with the center line. In this technique, the drift is controlled with the ailerons and the center of the runway with the rudder. This will continue till the flare and with the touchdown, where we need to continue holding the crosswind correction. It looks very hard, but with the correct practice, you will be able to learn this challenging maneuver. You can find more of these videos in my online store at www.chop.aero. eddieaviationvideos.com. Meanwhile, please keep the sky safe and fun, and I'll see you next time.